down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vela for anybody that is new, and if you are new, then welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this makeup look you see me wearing right here. I kind of like skipped over the spring makeup looks, but don't worry, I will post some spring makeup tutorials soon. But I was just feeling summertime colors because we just had a hard freeze in Texas. How do I forget where I live at? Okay, we just had a hard like winter freeze come through Texas and we are done. We are over it. So I was like, you know what, let's warm up the look with my channel. So this is the look we are doing today. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And if you have any video suggestions or makeup looks you'd like to see me do, please feel free to reach out to me in my comment section or on Instagram. Those are the best ways to contact me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started and jump into this makeup look, and I will see you all in the next one. Okay, so for today's eye look, we're going to be jumping into the Makeup Shack eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize ahead of time because this palette has no shade names, so bear with me. But we're going to be taking that orange yellow shade and using that for our transition shade and placing that all into the crease area. Then I'm going to be going in with the shade My Man from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Volume 2 palette and placing that into the outer corner of the eye, taking that up into the crease area but not too high up because we don't want it to cover up the transition shade, but we want them to blend together. And I'm going to blend that out into the outer corner, making sure it's nice and pigmented before we go in with our next shade. So for our next shade, I'm going to be taking that burnt orange shade in the Makeup Shack palette and again placing that into the outer corner area just to add a little bit more definition and dimension into that area. Again, not taking it too high up, but making sure those shades are nice and blended together. Then I'm going to be going back in with this big fluffy brush and making sure that all the shades are blended together. You're going to hear me use that phrase a lot during this tutorial, so just go ahead and get ready. If you want to play a drinking game, this would be the time. So we're going to be taking the shade Not My Journey in the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette and placing that into the outer corner. We're going to be very precise with this to make sure it does not go too high into the crease, but just slightly, because we don't want it to cover up those orange shades, but we want it to definitely stand out as well. I will be going back in with a little bit more of that product just to make sure it's nice and pigmented and built up to the pigmentation that I'm looking for. Then I'm going to be going back in, like I said, with the big fluffy brush, blending everything out. The key to any good makeup look is blending, blending, and more blending. Just keep blending and it's going to turn out okay, I promise you. So we're going to be going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer, and I'm going to use this for the cut crease for today's look. As you see on my other eye, this is going to be the completed look, so that's the journey we're going towards here. And if you guys are ever intimidated by a cut crease, don't worry, you are not alone. I've been doing cut creases for a while, and I still have to do like some meditation, deep breathing exercises before I go in with my cut crease. So it's a process, it's trial and error and a lot of practice. So after the cut crease is laid down, I'm going to go back in with the shade Not My Journey and make sure it's nice and blended into that concealer to make sure there's no harsh transition between that concealer and that eyeshadow. We want it to be nice and seamless. Then for the actual cut crease part of the eye, I'm going to be going in with this blue shimmer shade, and this is in the ABHxAmrezy and Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to pack that on with a big brush, and then I'm going to go in with a more precise brush to take it into the actual crease area, so that way it does not go over that concealer. We want to make sure that, you know, it's nice and sharp, because that's going to be the only sharp look about this eyeshadow is the cut crease. After laying down that shade, I'm going to go back in once again with the shade Not My Journey, making sure there's a nice transition between that blue shade and the purple shade, because we don't want that to be a harsh transition. We want it to be seamless. And again, taking that big fluffy brush, going back in and blending out the crease area, making sure everything is looking nice and flawless. Then I'm going to go into the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, taking the shade Good Place. This is a shimmery purple shade, and I'm going to be placing this right where that blue shimmer and that purple matte shadow meet each other, just to create more of like a smooth transition between those two shades and more gradient effect. This is not a necessary step, it's just something that I wanted to do just to add a little bit more of that, you know, transition in between those shadows. Then I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay and Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liquid Liner Glitter. This is a glitter liner, obviously, and I'm going to place that right on top of that cut crease just to bring a little bit more attention to the eyes and the cut crease for that extra pizzazz to the look. Then I'm going to go in with a makeup wipe and use that to create a nice sharp winged effect with the eyeshadow without actually using creating a winged eyeliner. Then I'm going to go back in with the shade Not My Journey again, and using that to tight line the upper lash line, creating that nice eyeliner effect without again going in with an actual liner. This is a lot easier to do and a lot quicker. Then I'm going to use that same shade to tight line at the lower lash line, and as you guys can see, I did do my face makeup off camera per usual, and I will link that video for my face makeup routine down below in my description box for you guys. Then for blending out the lower lash line, I'll be going in with those orange shades in the Makeup Shack palette, as well as the as well as the shade My Man in the Jaclyn Hill and Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Volume 2 palette. Then for the waterline, I'll be going in with the NYX Cosmetics Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk. And for blush, I'll be going in with my Makeup Revolution blush palette. Again, you guys have seen me use this blush palette quite a bit on my channel. It's just such a beautiful blush palette, and I love it because you can just concoct your own blush shade for any look. I do know that it is discontinued, but do not worry. Makeup Revolution has a ton of other blush palettes, and they are very affordable, so fear not, there's still options out there. Then for a highlight, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Loose Highlighter in the shade I'm So Lit. And when I tell you guys, I am barely touching my face with this brush, and look at the payoff that it is giving me. This is such a beautiful highlight. It comes with a lot of product, and it is going to last you a very long time. A little bit does go a very, very long way. Just look at the glow that it's giving me. I'm obsessed with this highlight. Whenever I want to glow, this is the highlight that I go for. And it's only like $5 or $6, I believe, so it's definitely worth every penny. Then for the inner corner highlight, I'm going to go back in with the shade I'm So Lit with the Wet n Wild highlight, and then go over on top of that with that shimmer shade in the Makeup Shack palette, just to bring a little bit more of that gold reflect to the look. And I'm going to use that same shade for the brow bone as well. Then for the lips, I'm going to go in with the Morphe lip liner in the shade Zippy, and I'm going to use that to line my whole entire lip area, and then also fill in my lips before I go in with my next product. And you guys, I used to be so against lip liners, but when I started using them, I'm obsessed now. It's like one thing that I cannot go without when I'm doing my lips is lip liner. I tried doing it the other day, and I was like, how did I do this beforehand? Lip liner is such a necessity for me now, especially the Morphe lip liners. You cannot go wrong with those. Those are so easy to use, nice and pigmented and creamy. They're really good. Then for lipstick, I'm going to go in with the Morphe lipstick in the shade Fling and put that over on top of the lip liner. As you guys know, I usually use liquid lipsticks, but today I was feeling adventurous and feeling like stepping outside my comfort zone, so that's what we did. Then for lip gloss, I'm going to go in with this Morphe lip gloss over on top of those products. I will link the shade names below because I cannot remember the shade name of that lip gloss. Then I'm going to apply mascara and my Tarte Stay Spray to set everything. And this is the completed look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.